Good morning, people. What's up, my peeps? Today, we were talking about the game I hate the most, Tekken 7. This game is actually very mean. With Tekken 8 rolling around, I think it's actually appropriate to talk about this game. And one might say, well, why don't you talk about Guilty Gear? You know, the game Guilty Gear that you have 400 hours in? Shut up. I don't like that game. That game absolutely sucks. The character designs sucks. The characters sucks. Everything sucks. I don't care. Like, bruh, look at this character. Where her shoes at? She can't fight without shoes. Nigga so poor can't afford socks, for God's sake. Nah, but on a real level, Japan got some freaky stuff going on back there. I ain't gonna cap. Alright, Barilla, we should definitely get back to the video. But before we even talk about Tekken 7, I gotta give you the basic rundown of Tekken as a whole. Now, this story starts like how all great stories start, with the man killing his wife and throwing his kid off a fucking cliff. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Heihachi Mishima. Now see, he might be an old man, but he's an absolute fucking unit of a man. This guy Heihachi not only survived being killed, but he also caught bullets and hatchet with his teeth. So after Heihachi brutally beat the hell out of his son, and threw him off a cliff, so the boss man that he is, Heihachi gets bored of his new luxurious life without a family, and he holds a tournament called Tekken, aka the King of Iron Fist. And the cash prize is massive, considering that the Mishima Zaibatsu, the company that Heihachi Mishima owns, is one of the biggest companies in the world. And Kazuya catches wind of this, and he takes this as a chance to finally get to beat his father. And so, he enters the tournament. Now, there's a bunch of characters in Tekken, but right now we're only going to focus on Jinpachi Mishima, Heihachi Mishima, Kazuya Mishima, and Jin Kazama, which are the only Mishimas in the game so far. Eventually, Heihachi and Kazuya finally get to meet each other after 21 years, and they had the fight. And actually, Kazuya wins a tournament and supposedly kills Heihachi and throws him off the cliff like Heihachi did to him 21 years ago. Get that face out of here. Thank you. That face is unsettling. Alright, moving on now. We are now in Tekken 2 for the PlayStation 1. It turns out that Heihachi actually isn't dead. He survived the fall from the cliff, and he's actually hell-bent on getting Mishima Zaibatsu back from Kazuya. The story is actually the same as it was back in Tekken 1, but switched places with Heihachi and Kazuya. So Kazuya starts a tournament, and Heihachi finds out, and he gets in the tournament. The only difference is during the off-screen tournament, Kazuya actually met a woman named Jin Kazama, and they decided to boink uglies and have a child named Jin. However, Jin is not present in the game, seeing how he wasn't born yet until Tekken 3. So when Kazuya and Heihachi finally meet, Heihachi actually beats Kazuya after Kazuya turns into his devil form. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, Kazuya could turn into a fucking devil. But we're gonna talk about that later. Right now, let's get into what happened after the fight. Yep. Heihachi just threw Kazuya into a volcano. After Tekken 2, but before Tekken 3, Jin is raised by his mother, Jin Kazama, in the woods. But one day, a monster named Ogre comes and attacks Jin's mother. Jin does everything he can to stop this from happening, but everything he does not work. Ogre is just too strong. After a failed attempt of trying to get Ogre to release his mother, Jin is knocked out unconscious. After Jin wakes up, Jun and Ogre is gone, and now Jin vows revenge on Ogre. Before Jin disappeared, she told Jin, if anything happens, go search out your grandfather, Heihachi Mishima. And Jin did find his grandfather. And Heihachi told Jin that if he wants to kill Ogre, he has to train on the Mishima-style karate. So for 4 grueling years, Jin trained non-stop with his grandfather, getting beat up but also learning in the process. The only thing that was keeping Jin going was the thought of his mother and getting revenge. So with Jin's training complete, Heihachi decides it's time to finally start the King of Iron Fist 3. Heihachi isn't doing this for shits and giggles. He's doing this because he thinks all the fighters in the world, well, the greatest fighters in the world, that is, in one area will actually draw out Ogre. Also, Heihachi isn't doing this because he loves his grandson. He does not love his grandson, tell that right now. He's doing this because if he thinks if he can kill Ogre, he can get the power of Ogre and become stronger. So during the tournament, Ogre actually appears, and Jin, you know Jin, he has to slide for his mama. He has to slide for his moms. And Jin actually defeats Ogre, but the power of the Devil Gene. Wait, what is it? What is that? You don't know the Devil Gene? Oh, damn, I didn't tell you. Alright, hold on. So after Heihachi witnessed Jin beating Ogre, Heihachi's all like, dog, you have the Devil Gene. I need to kill you. You must die now. And Heihachi does not feel bad about it at all. He did it with Kazuya and he'll do it with Jin. So after Heihachi found out that Jin does indeed have the Devil Gene, he then disposes of Jin by a bullet to the head. Actually, to be real, Heihachi was using Jin the entire time. But doing this will end up being one of Heihachi's biggest mistakes. Now that his Devil Gene is awakened, Jin turns into his devil form. Devil Jin, yeah, really creative name. And Jin goes buck wild. He starts beating the hell out of Heihachi. While everybody is watching, Jin is just brutalizing Heihachi. But then Jin gains some sort of control and stops himself from killing Heihachi. And Jin decides to leave. Not before bitch slapping his old man though. So Jin flies off. The end of Tekken 3. After Tekken 3, Heihachi's on a mission to find Jin. But during his mission of finding Jin, Kazuya comes back to life. He comes back to life pissed, angry, and ready to whoop ass. Because a corporation called G-Corp actually found Kazuya's corpse at the bottom of the volcano. And they ran tests on him, made him stronger, and then revived him. So now Heihachi has his son and his grandson against him. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this of why Kazuya is just like this. He's pure evil, like, there's no joke, no scam. Like, he's actually, like, pure evil, and he's been pure evil since the very beginning. Like, Kazuya wants nothing but world domination and to, you know, be stronger. That's literally it. He doesn't want anything else. He doesn't even like his son. He doesn't even want his son. So, Heihachi being Heihachi, guess what he does? He starts another King of Iron Fist fucking tournament. Like, bro, it's like every single time something inconveniences him in his life, he starts a tournament. Like, why? But this goal of the tournament is to draw out not only Kazuya, but also Jin. Hopefully they'll come back and try to take over his Mishima Zaibatsu. aka, you know, the company. And as much as I hate it, it actually works. Jin comes out of hiding to enter the tournament, but on his way to the tournament, he gets kidnapped by the Mishima Zaibatsu. So that means that Jin Kazama is disqualified from the tournament due to absence. So during the tournament, Heihachi and Kazuya finally fight. And actually, I would say Kazuya kind of won this fight, honestly. He didn't beat him, but he also didn't lose either. He kind of beat Heihachi so bad that Heihachi was like, wait a minute, Kazuya, bro, I have your son. So Kazuya is all like, oh, really? Bet, show me. So Heihachi takes Kazuya to Jin, where Jin is chained up in the dojo. So basically, since Jin was born, he kind of took half the power of the devil, making Kazuya weaker. And what Kazuya plans on doing is killing his own son to get power. Jin is actually sick and tired of the bloodline. He does not like being in the Mishima family. He tends to wipe them out. So Kazuya and Jin fight, and Kazuya loses. So Heihachi's all like, bro, you sorry as hell, nigga. I'ma slide, dog. Not for you, though. I'm sliding for me. Alright, this is for me. And then Heihachi loses. So let me get this straight. Jin Kazama beat not only the devil himself, but also the strongest man in the world. And Jin is going to kill them, but then he sees a vision of his mother, leading him to spare them. So after seeing that, Jin says, thank my mother, and flies off like he did the last time. After Jin flew out of the dojo, Kazuya and Heihachi wake up, and they realize that they're being surrounded by G-Corp Jack units. So G-Corp actually betrayed Kazuya, and now they intend to kill Kazuya and Heihachi. Heihachi and Kazuya actually have to team up to destroy all these Jack units. Up until they don't, and Kazuya palms his dad's head like a basketball and yeets him into the robots. And with the robots distracted, Kazuya takes his good time leaving, actually. And Heihachi can't get up, so kablooey.
Heihachi Mishima is dead.
And out of that explosion come Heihachi's father, Kazuya's grandfather, and Jin's great-grandfather. Okay, so in my opinion, Tekken 5 is kind of like filler. I really don't count this as really like part of the storyline. It's really boring and stupid. Basically, Jinpachi is taken over by some kind of yokai demon, and then he starts a tournament so somebody can kill him. It ends up Jin that kills him. So now since Jinpachi is dead, no one can run the Mishima Zaibatsu. So now Jin's turn to run the Mishima Zaibatsu. On Kazuya's part, he decided to leave and go after G-Corp since they betrayed him. And Kazuya actually becomes the CEO of G-Corp. which technically makes G-Corp and the Mishima Zaibatsu mortal enemies. And also, Heihachi is not dead. He was blown back by the explosion, and he flew into a grave where he stayed underground for 2 months. This guy Heihachi just can't be killed. He's no normal human. He can't be killed. Moving on to Tekken 6, Jin is now the leader of the Mishima Zaibatsu. He uses the Mishima Zaibatsu to start wars, cause abductions, and blow up random buildings like churches. And Lars comes in and tries to stop Jin. And while trying to stop Jin, Lars finds out that he actually has the blood of a Mishima. Lars is like the bastard child of Heihachi. So Lars has Mishima's blood. He is the uncle of Jin, and he's the brother of Kazuya. But Jin isn't evil apparently. He started wars and killed random people to make the world miserable, just so a monster named Azazel will appear. Because Azazel told Jin through telepathy that he will only appear if people around the world are miserable. Jin believes that if he defeats Azazel, then the devil Jin will cease to exist. So after a grueling battle, Jin fetters himself to deliver the final blow to Azazel. After that, Jin is assumed to be dead. Finally, we are at Tekken 7. Jesus Christ, this is forever, dude. With Jin out of the picture, Heihachi said it is finally time to take my company back. And Heihachi being Heihachi, he took his company back by force. And now Heihachi is the owner of Mishima Zaibatsu. And it turned out Jin actually isn't dead. He survived the fall and he's wandering the desert aimlessly. And he's in Saudi Arabia and he stumbles into a town where he's almost gunned down by G-Corp soldiers. Until Uncle Lars comes in and saves his ass. And then fucking Akuma from Street Fighter appears. And he is hellbent on killing Heihachi due to the fact that Heihachi killed Kazumi. According to Akuma, him and Kazumi were longtime friends. And Kazumi told Akuma if anything were to happen to her, that she wants Akuma to kill not only Heihachi, but also Kazuya. Akuma then uses Sashi no Hatsu. Even though Heihachi tried, he cannot beat the raging demon himself. Heihachi loses to Akuma. Akuma's next target, Kazuya. Guess what? Heihachi isn't dead. Heihachi then shoots a laser down on the building where Kazuya and Akuma are fighting. The thing is, Heihachi is the second person known to ever live the raging demon. So rightfully, Kazuya's pissed. So he challenges Heihachi to one last duel. Heihachi being Heihachi, he accepts the duel. While fighting, Kazuya is reminded of all the failures of how Heihachi beat him so many times. In a last-ditch effort, Kazuya musters up all his courage and punches Heihachi one last time, all of his might and power. And this one punch is actually enough to cause Heihachi to have a heart attack, and he falls. Also, if you think Heihachi died to a heart attack, it's pretty stupid. You gotta remember, Heihachi's like 80 years old at this point. So as a callback to the older games, Kazuya throws Heihachi into lava. That is not the end though. A challenger appears ready to run the hands with Kazuya once more. It's Akuma. He survived the laser just like Kazuya did. And Akuma is hell-bent on killing Kazuya, like he promised Kazumi. Now we don't know who wins this fight, but considering that Kazuya is still alive in Tekken 8, I am pretty sure it either end up in a draw or Kazuya wins. Now see, I know I didn't mention Jin the entire time, but that's only because Jin was out of commission for the entire story of Tekken 7 due to the fact that he was with Lars and trying to make plans and whatnot. But eventually, Jin actually did make a plan, and his plan is to kill Kazuya and finally end this cursed bloodline. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story summary on Tekken 7. Thank you so much for watching. I know the video was pretty long, but thank you for watching anyway.